Greetings. Okay, I am currently in the outside of Tallahassee. I've never been here before. I lived here like forever. I've never been to the Panhandle. Um, so seeing how it seems like it's a perfect time for that. So yeah, I've been up since 5 o'clock in the morning, and sleeping is not seem to be a thing that's working. Um, so I've worked and just headed straight out here. You don't have to worry about traffic. Staying awake driving, I had to worry about. That was about it. Yeah, that wasn't fun. But yeah, that's not safe. So actually, where I'm at right now is pretty decent. It's safe and everything. But when you go down the road, though, there's a jail there. There's a I didn't look at this stuff up one. Yeah, I'm outside the city. I'm on the border of it. Um, there's a jail. There's a National Guard. I was driving, and there's a Walmart. There's a Walmart right outside of because there's nothing here. I don't usually investigate where I'm going. I don't look at, or I mean, I do on Google Maps. I'm never that successful. What the hell's going on? Just sort of wing it. Hope it all works out, and it did. Um, yeah, I just gotta know what you're looking for. So there's nothing. There's nature that way, and the prison is that way. Oh wait, where am I? Actually, this is the front. Prison's that way, and there's nothing that way. So yeah, I got mixed up. I forget where I'm at. So yeah, I was driving. Like there's like nothing out here, and I see this military hardware. I look over as military. I said, it looks like a National Guard, and it's like, is that a jail? And there's Walmart. So yeah, I'm in the ghetto, basically. So yeah, World War III breaks out. I think I'll be all right. Let's make sure. Okay, everything's working. Yeah, different energy, something different. I've been cooped up in that room forever. Before I can lose my freaking mind. So I don't know what my next venture is going to be. It's not going to be a theme park. So yeah, I have a place or places. So yeah, I plan on going to downtown Tallahassee. Do something quick there, and then I have another destination. I'm gonna do a channeling there. I'm not sure how things are gonna work, but either way. So I'm gonna be on the road for a long time. So yeah, I think I have a 2-hour drive where I need to go, something like that. So it's a lot of driving. On the way up here, though, first off, I've seen enough trees to you can start going crazy after a while. I'm sorry. I mean, I love the trees, but you've seen so many, just like, man, I just seen so many damn trees. Yeah, the way the interstate's built up. I did feel after I went past the Gainesville, it's kind of like a college area. Of course, this is a college town too, but after I passed Gainesville, I felt it was a while out in nowhere, basically. And then I started feeling Indian energies. That was different. I don't really research the Indian mounds and all that around here, but it's definitely in this area, definitely. Yeah. So everything's upstate. Where I am at, there's nobody wants to be where I'm at. Just the military, and there's military. Yeah, and where I'm heading towards. That's one of the reasons, not the reason. Basically for visitations. Yes, there's a bunch of nature energies where I'm at too. So who knows? I might get a visitation. We'll see what happens. Nothing right now. It's been pretty quiet. I've been pretty worn out. But okay. So I did some no energy. A couple updates on the site here. So I added some stuff to the shop of I modified a lot of stuff that didn't make any sense. I added Anunnaki, added Andromedans, added Arcturians, added message from the Illuminati. What the hell, right? Message from Tall Whites, message from Atlanteans, and just cleaned some stuff up here. So, so those are new to all this. I'm Total.com. I have private sessions. If you can handle it, we're not a channel. Google Hangout, Zoom, and channel by phone. And yeah, it's a shop. I forget what I'm on. I'm not that far away, like 25th or 26th, or 24th of August. I'm not too bad. Same situation here. Other channels and heroes I do recommend. Social network. Oh, if I get the rabbit here. Everything's kind of got shot there. Got the rabbit. And early access. I'm going to make early access stuff. I'm going to make whoa, what am I doing here? Jeez, I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, Zoom is turning into Skype. Yeah, all the early access stuff, well, not all of it, but all the channel I'm gonna make a movie of that, but not today. I think I can put it together pretty fast once I have. We'll see how this weekend goes. It's just clips, one clip after the other with a title on it. That's my plan. When that happens, I've been kind of worn out recently. Oops. What are they doing with this thing? So, shit, it's funny. Well, that I wasn't planning on. This wasn't my first. Might as well get this one out of the way. Yeah, so she can just basically care less about anybody. This is all about her. I mean, a lot of these politicians are the same way. I don't want to go through names. Some are more forgiving than others, but she can give a shit. We are the little people to her. For the Ryans came up recently. Here and there. I feel like some of the Ryans look like this. But also Anunnaki look like this, and also Syrians look like this, and also Palladians look like this. A various version of it. I mean, how different can you look? And this is a Valerian, and City of a Thousand Planets. The movie was kind of. I think I went to the movies and saw it. Yeah, it was bad, but it had some neat stuff. It's funny how the movie kind of died at the middle, but either way, it's like, when they do that, like the movie turns into a B movie. It starts off really good. It's almost like they showed too much information and they had to pull back. It's like, you got the idea, now we're going to make this movie, we're going to beat it up. It's similar to it's similar to Men in Black. Men in Black 2 got kind of stupid. And the other, whatever. I'm trying to show something a little bit appropriate. Okay, I guess I don't have that here. Anyway, the movie kind of, in 3 was not good either. It's like they had to make it. There's different reasons why they had to make it, but either way, I mean, it just kind of dialed it down ever since the first one. They had to expose themselves, but then they just kind of killed it. But either way, as for Anunnaki, yeah, this is was brought up to me also by somebody I know about Anunnaki looking similar to this, and I agree. Early on, every once in a while I get an Anunnaki download. It's like, so I've kind of got the same. I got the same vibe quite a while ago about this. Is it's kind of like you're not looking for it, but something kind of gives you a nod. Yeah, dreadlocks. Well, this is one of their forms they can take. Let's put it that way. It's like a more modern form. It's like little hints here and there. So if you're wondering what Anunnaki look like, this is one way of looking at least in a modern, of course they can look like whatever they want. So I'm going to do also a channeling of Enlil. I feel like Enlil is a good one to connect with. Also, this is a Turkey, and the Roman influence here. And it has the lions. The lions play the feline energies. There's only so much you can go through, but yeah, that's the Lion's Gate in Turkey, I believe. There's only so many details you can go into on these guys, but yeah, it's either way, little by little. And also the Hanging Gardens. I was going to go in. I forgot all about this. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon. I can look at the time of the day. I believe it was Nebuchadnezzar. Check Wikipedia. Best place to find useless information. I think it's Nebuchadnezzar. From my mind, it's Nebuchadnezzar, but I could be wrong. Maybe it's somebody else. That was when it was destroyed. Nebuchadnezzar II. Yeah. So the Hanging Gardens of Babylon is like, higher dimension energies that was. And I imagine there was much more to it, much more going on than just that. But that was like one of the last remnants of the higher dimensions as we went into our modern history. So it was, and there's a lot, I believe the Tower of Babel was correct, was real. And in a higher dimension, of course, when we were at a higher dimension. And the Hanging Gardens were, not everything was at a low vibration. As we started to lose ourselves, everything kind of crumbled apart. So that's what we're here to rebuild or re-understand. Rebuild when we need to. Almost Dubai in some ways. See if I know how to spell it. Dubai. That was a bad time. Anyway. Dubai is kind of like a modern version of Babylon also. Look how, that's weird, I mean, none of it makes any sense. I was just looking at a video about Dubai. I mean, they said the roads, nothing really is gridded that well together. I mean, you go to one block, it's gridded one way, the streets and everything, and you go another block, it's totally different. So it's just like they just threw everything together, basically. It is whatever they wanted, they threw it together and it just hope for the best. So, of course, New York is a Dubai Dubai type. It's like this is like more of a modern, higher vibration version of it, sort of. Yes, I don't know. So I don't know. As for these energies, there was something I forgot. I can't remember everything. So we are, where I can combine energy if you have the canine, the bird, and so on. The cat are all combined of all those energies. I forgot where that was gonna go further, but there was more to it than that. But I can't remember what it was. But we'll see if it comes through. I got it download, but I can't remember what it was. I guess it wasn't meant for here for right now, at least. But what is I am remembering, I haven't mentioned this probably maybe ever. Before I started doing this, or early time, I remember seeing a YouTuber not known, no subs or anything, and he was channeling the Illuminati, and it was like a dark room. You can barely see him, and it was just, and you have all these other spiritual gurus right now that are copying Eckhart Tolle, which is nothing wrong with that. It's like the new religion, all friendly and what fourth dimension is going to be. And it's like, God, just it gets kind of overwhelming, some of that. So, anyway, I don't know. No one's they take the fun out of it almost, it seems sometimes. I don't know what kind of version they're connecting to. It must be the superficial version of it. Doesn't sound all that exciting when they talk about it. Either way, there's some anyway. I can't remember everything. There was something else about their. It was about their. It was about their Orions. About obviously there were friendlier ones, and there were ones that were not. Um, and they didn't always know their power. That was it. Orion, like the Syrians had like a lot of Orions fled to Sirius to either to conquer or to become better, to find peace. And we have like another version of Orion here through Sirius here, like the second generation. Well, okay, this is what I'm getting at. I'm remembering. Okay, that's part of it. Yeah, I'm a little bit all over the place. It's been a long day. You're driving and you're connecting to this stuff, and you get here. It's like, okay, now it's not like you can take notes. It's like supposed to be driving. You can't. I guess you could voice a note anyway. Yeah, best not to do that, especially when you're tired. But this is what I was getting at. I felt reptilian energies, of course, in Orion. Like there's a reptilian energy that was not very friendly already. What I'm getting at is I believe the Orion reptilians are far worse than Alpha Draconian. I know obviously you can't prove this stuff at a physical level, but on a spiritual level, on a fourth dimensional, fifth dimension, whatever you want to look at it. All right, I'm kind of going all over the place with this, but yeah, because with what I'm getting, I'll not be the only one. Maybe I'm late to the party on this, but aggressive reptilian group. I don't think it might have been some Anunnaki there too. I don't know. Possible. I'll just call them reptilian for right now. So they're aggressive. They went through Orion, and they became worse than they already were. They went to conquer, and they just became like devilish and just insane. They took over the powers of a lot of positive Orions. Yeah, I'm going somewhere with this. Now, if I remember it after this, is another story. Yeah, this makes sense. So you have these positive Orion beings, Perseus, for example, because you can take this anywhere, but we'll use Orion form of feeling. Okay, you have these reptilian beings. I'm not bashing reptilians, but anyway, they go to Orion. They see these positive beings, very positive, light, love. They're selling the 1-800 protect you service, whatever the hell it is, like some of the YouTubers are doing, which makes sense actually. So you have this reptilian being sneaky, moves in and manipulates this person. Now it takes a long time to do it. First off, they have to pretend they're nice, and they're not stupid. How hard is it to pretend to be nice? But they got a way of cloaking their energy where you think they're nice when they aren't. And so fast forward. So you have this like positive spiritual person, and they hijack that person or persons, Orion beings. And when that reptilian does it, what do you say reptilian? It's like a high. It's like we got them. And it's like, I like the feeling of that. Let's keep doing it. Where I'm going with this is you take that to human trafficking. It's like you take the innocence, because these positive Orion beings were like kids. They might have been 30 or 40 years old, but they have a vibration of a young soul. And when you take that over and you devour it, you become powerful and psychotic, and wherever you want to go with that. So, of course, you want to continue that. And here we are in this world, going through it. Now you can see that it's on Orion, anywhere else, but Orion seems to be where a lot of that. I don't know if it started there, but for us, the Orion Wars, they call it. They call it a war for a reason. So a spiritual hijacking. So that's what we're going through right now. And as some of you probably can feel the dark ones here. See, that's the thing about these really positive spiritual people, which is great. It's great. Problem is, a lot of them, I think, are a little bit naive of what's really going on here. And they're like, hey, come and take me down. It's like I'm super positive. Nothing bad can ever happen to me. And then somebody bad comes and spiritually, like a alien being or whatever it is, something you can't see, slowly moves in. I mean, if you have a super positive person telling me about the aliens and this alien group and everything's going to be so much great, and fifth dimension is going to be the best thing since sliced bread. Not that it's wrong, but there's infiltrators there. It's like, that slowly move into somebody like that. And, and when you have somebody like that and have a lot of followers, and this person's not aware that they're channeling who knows what. And yeah, they get little glimpses of it. It's like, yeah, this thing might be dark, but that person that's doing it is not believing it. I guess I'll figure it out eventually. But yeah, this is part of our awakening. Yeah, because these are, I'll call them reptilian Orion beings for right now. I guess you can call them Anunnaki. Some of them are, but I don't think all of them. I think all of them are just reptilians. They're just deadly. It's freaking things. They don't care who they kill or who they hurt. They just don't care at all. They're just psychotic. They're completely lost it, and they're here, obviously. And they've infiltrated the positive groups. Some of them. Yeah, I don't know if all of them, but some, obviously religion-wise, and the spiritual channeling or spiritual guru. I'm not going to mention names on some. They're pretty big. Let's put it that way. So, I mean, and you have naive people who are trying to figure this all out. Talk about the fourth dimension and aliens. They're all on board. It's like, it sounds better when I'm living. But they have no idea the layers of what's going on here. They have no idea. I mean, who would know? It's messed up. And then you come to somebody like me, and they're scared out of their mind with me. So, they go back to the guru, and, it's, well, yeah, what I'm getting is like, yeah, really psychotic or Orion. I mean, it doesn't mean that they're just, I mean, they're humanoid too. I saw one depiction of Orion beings as, what is it? Arabic. I don't see them that way. Some of them might be, but I see them as Caucasian beings or anything, actually. They can be reptilian. They don't always have to be reptilian. So, yeah, they're definitely part of our government system. That was the other thing about when humans are being, they're building our civilization. They had to see, that's what the whole thing about the Anunnaki and gold. I get a different take on it. My take on why they got humans to dig the gold or want gold to begin with, because gold was shiny. I know it sounds stupid, but it's like they like the look of it. You making the jewelry, you can do this with it and that with it. And humans, we're into looks, right? We're into, if it looks neat, we're all over it. So they needed something for us to build a civilization. They got to have something that attracts us. It's like, if you have gold, hey, if you do all this digging and kiss my ass for like 2 months, you get some of this gold. Here's a nugget. Or whatever. It's like they gotta get us to make our own minds up, but they got to make it like right now. They got to get us to attract to certain things. So if we're all crazy running around and you see this real attractive actor or actress, and they start building civilizations with those people, they seduce the human. Money, gold seduces the human. It's all seduction, basically. They had to do it to get us seduced. I mean, we're barbarians. We're probably going against the aliens. Some of them might have actually been thinking for themselves. And those that thought for themselves weren't psychotic, but a good portion of the civilization, no, I want to say it was, but when you have beautiful people, you have gold, you build your civilization off that stuff. And that's how they did it. It took forever. But Orion's got involved with it. Everybody's trying to, just like now, all the aliens, from what I can feel from the aliens, the ones that want to rule us forever, they find a way to pull us in their direction. We have McDonald's here, we have Arby's over there, just for example. And back in the old, in ancient times, they just did something similar to that. And just tried to, now there's a positive, obviously, somewhere. And there's a get to work and work 9 to 5 or whatever it is. And, name your kids after us, like Zeus, name our kids after it because we're gods. You want to be godlike. So you just find us all attractive. We're all beautiful, psychotic beings. Don't you want to be like us? Not much different than nowadays, isn't it? It's like, is it? No. So, I mean, it's not the majority. I mean, well, yeah, I guess. I don't know. The past, they're not really showing. Either way, it was enough to get things going for civilization to be built. Let's put it that way. And more people back then were more psychically opened, was a good portion. But it doesn't mean you can't get manipulated. If you want this beautiful, relationship, you have to sell yourself out, give away your power, whatever it is. Obviously, many did. Downgraded themselves, and it's part of here we are now in our glory. But that's kind of the point for us to make a choice. So I don't know. Figure I'll put that out there. So yeah, there's reptilian beings. I don't know if I channel anything's going to come out of it, but I want to put that out there. So all right. Did enough of that. I figured that was necessary. Okay, we're going to Enlil. Well, I think Enlil is good. It's a bad one, but because he's a baddie, he also has something of use. I feel his energy around. So it doesn't mean he's going to genocide anybody today. Saddam Hussein definitely liked him a lot. Anyway, time for it. Anyway. All right, we're here to move forward. That's what all this is about. Getting there's another story. Well, it's not going to make it easy for us. All right, we're just going to it. Okay, blessings. Here we go. Greetings to you. I am Enlil. Greetings to your civilization, your people of choice. Samaritan, I can't even pronounce. Mesopotamian people. You are, yes, of origins of our ideas, Anunnaki ideas. We were there to It's like you plant a garden and you don't like it and then you destroy it. We did a lot of that. I did. Well, yes, I felt angry, yes, towards humans. I felt like I was not being loved enough by the people. So I showed my selfishness. To give you understanding, though, my ear or ears, we'll just say ear, was cut off during that time. And I have not really enjoyed it ever since then. I know there's no record of that. I don't believe so. But we do, doesn't mean I'm rotting in hell or anything, but I still feel the vibration of that lifetime. I'm not proud of myself, no. But we give you this, though. Your gold, your money. Who's obviously, yes, there are gods on the gold at one time. Worshipped. Of course, we are your founders. We are your gatekeepers. We are your parents in some regard. Well, basically, we make the rules and you better do as we say, at least from my point of view. But what is on those coins? What images, I believe you know, your current money system. But in your past, putting a Roman on it or a Greek person of fame, Aristotle, whatever it might be, putting that on a coin and making that your currency is another way of creating a timeline and control over society. Today, you think nothing of it. Oh, look, there's a picture of Benjamin Franklin on a $100 bill. But don't you understand? No one's face should be on any or symbol, or the money shouldn't even exist at all. But the money, yes, is control. As you know, I'm not telling you anything you don't know about. But to have just a commodore's face, we'll just call him commodore because we're not a god. We can do whatever we want, but even we should not be doing that. But to put, like, we just use Benjamin Franklin, for example. Because the queen would, I don't feel like talking to the queen right now. Putting Benjamin Franklin on a $100 bill and putting all these symbols, Masonic energies, yes, is continuing the timeline, as many of you know. That's already been built from the ancient world. It goes from one image to the other. It upgrades itself like you upgrade your phone. You can't keep the same old energies there forever. You have to change it. But when you look at old currencies, once again, you think nothing of it. But during the past, that was seen as evil. Wonder what they were thinking. Of course it was. But now why that was, the currency was created to make humans feel that, well, yes, those that we chosen, yes, be careful with those that say the chosen ones. Who's the one choosing the chosen ones? Normally it's the alien gods that are choosing the chosen ones. There's a lot of, yeah, some of your spiritual gurus are saying words they probably should not be saying, but they say it anyway. Because some of them see themselves as gods over your society. And technically they are, depending on how much they sold themselves out in astral. They don't care. They want some of your spiritual gurus of today, yes. Some of you know, you get the bad feeling about them, is because, yes, they are hucksters. They are here to, yes, tell you about the fourth dimension, but keep you in the third dimension. Tell you about the high vibration realities, but keep you right where you are. Because it's a trick, yes. But it's up to you to figure it out. is letting all that go, watching out for keywords that they say. It's now they were chosen to program society. You're a Baptist, not all are Baptists or your religious figures. Those that are poor religious figures, we're being honest here. We're being completely honest with you. Those that are poor are your everyday guys. We didn't choose them. Those that are wealthy, I mean, wealthy. Like you're surviving. You're doing okay. You're not driving around a Bentley or you have an okay car, but nothing too exciting. You have not sold out as a spiritual leader, religious figure. But if you're living the wealth jet, a million subscribers on YouTube, for example, you'd be surprised the selling out points that are going on there. Just putting it out there. Because even those in the religions that are poor, a lot of them truly, I'm going this direction, we're just going to do it. Those that are poor, it's true. Yes, they might not agree everything that they're saying, but they know they are helping. They don't have all the answers. Nobody does. But majority of them, 90% of them, of the poor, are really trying to help people. Others are just completely lost. They're still poor though. Yes, we're good. Yeah, we're going this direction. But some are trying to figure this out themselves. What they're reading whatever religion it is, and they're surviving, but they're not rich or anything. They still gotta be careful what they do, financially. But there's honesty there, and some are so honest they're just completely lost. As you can see, current religion doesn't make a whole lot of sense sometimes, or ever for that matter. But a spiritual guru or spiritual person can slowly sell themselves out spiritually. Some of you just said, hell no, I'll just deal with the pain. Fuck it. Others say, I can't handle the pain, but I like this lifestyle. I want to help people kind of, or yes and no, but derail them, program them, misguide them. It's not my fault they're following me. I want to live the good life. It's not their fault. If you want to listen to their rubbish, no, there's truths there, sort of. They make it very confusing, as some of you know. So those that you here are truly here to be an honest energy, truly, you're not going to be the most popular. Because the truth here is ugly. It's beautiful, but ugly, and the same. That's both. But the ugly truth is also beautiful, as is terrifying for a human, but also exhilarating. So I'm not sure why I'm bringing this up, a mantis being into your reality, or reptilian. You want your contact. You gotta truly want your contact. For better or for worse, some gurus are talking about positivity. And a lot of the aliens that can connect to you right now are not always the most positive, but can be seen here in a flick of an eye. There's positive ones here, but it's like if you're going to open up that door, open it to everybody. Why just let one being be seen? Why don't you see them all? So that's what you're warning right now. Who's out there in that jungle called a fourth and fifth dimension reality? That's what you're here to figure out. It's like there's going to be those that will give you a big hug and others will sting you. But it will still be exhilarating to see. I mean, some of you just, I got stung by a reptilian. It's the best day of my life. I might be sick for an hour or two, but I know you were here, and now I see you all. I feel much better about myself. Because the secret is now no more. They are here, living among you. Yes, it is a hard pill to swallow, as somebody would say. The red pill. That red pill can get really real really fast. But that's why we're here to guide you on that. That's why Anunnaki are being brought here. We're not just being brought here for entertainment. We're here to enrich the soul, for you to say, do you really want to be awakened? Really, you want to feel, because it's going to be positives, but it's also going to be pain, because it's a terrifying universe you have out there. It is beautiful and terrifying can be beautiful also. You can see alien beings flying that look like skunks. You might not know what any of these beings are, but you're seeing them, and it's like better than anything you've ever seen in this reality. Of course, you've seen some of the great things here. We understand that. Sexual relations, children, we understand that. But you add your real life alien energies, and some of them are completely bizarre. That's exhilarating out, isn't it? That is, it'll freak you out, but it's like, that's the best thing that ever happened to me. I might feel like I'm having a stroke, I'm going crazy, but that's still the best thing that ever happened to me. Just by seeing, that's just seeing them. So that is what we're here to, not spoon it to you, but give you the real, if it's advice, the real, you call it McCoy. I'm trying to use words that you understand. The real world. We're not here to be entertaining. Now, realness can be entertaining. The real world can be entertaining. Life is entertaining, isn't it? So, but there's also more to it. I think you understand where we're getting at. It's just that some on the spiritual level and part of religion, there's a false. Well, there's truth there. It's at the wealthy level. A lot of those that are of course, they're going to say it differently. They're going to say, when we call them out. Yes, as you open yourself up, you see more of their truths and more of how they're relying to themselves. Those are spiritual sellers of false energies. Cult-like energies that, and for them, it's an awakening for themselves. It truly is. It is. I'm going to call it getting called out. Of course, they will. They do already have that. But it's like, what are you trying to hide from everybody? It's like, what do you want? What do you not want people to see? So it's another test for your society. You can say those that are very popular in your spiritual groups, we'll call them the alien groups right now, that put a sparkly look on everything. They're gatekeepers. Some of them are on different levels. And when they do get called out, they start to give you some truth. It's like, okay, here's a little bit of this, because they don't want to be fully derailed of their mission here. They can make it all look fancy and shiny. Now, some do it and feel like that's all they know. That's one thing. But others are just doing it for deceptive reasons. As another. Well, I think I'm going to be spiritually called out, meaning on a spiritual level, verbally, it's up to you. But what are they hiding? It's a test for them and those that your main audience isn't quite ready to see the full picture. Full picture is very, as I say, terrifying. And the audience is like, no, let's put up these sparkly lights and make fourth dimension look, or in fifth dimension, whatever dimension, look all just pretty and nice. And some of you, most of you, are saying there's another side that you're not seeing. And then there's just this la-di-da, la, we're not seeing it. So it's your audience really that's allowing it to occur. The audience slowly breaks out of that cocoon and sees the world for what it really is. It's beauty, it's darkness, it's all. Many of you want to see it's all. No matter what, you see it beautiful. It can be the most terrifying thing in the world. It's still beautiful because you found yourself. Many have not, and finding yourself is very difficult. So that's where the human had a problem. It was just too much of the past. The past, it was just too much, yes, too soon. I'm an Atlantean being. I can do whatever the hell I want. Most of them were very, very nice. And so they got mad. And then they kept doing whatever they wanted, and a lot of it had to do with destruction. But they didn't see anything wrong in it. That's what we're trying to tell you is this. Many that feel like they're doing the right thing, but they're actually doing the wrong thing, as you know, as your Atlantean beings. Your Atlantean beings were here to practically destroy your planet. Some of them, not all of them. They worked with their right. They didn't care anymore. They got pulled into their own selfish, as you know, selfish serves the self. Yes. They didn't care. If this was not going to be under their control, they don't want it anymore. So it was very difficult to keep this world going. That's why your Pleiadians and Syrians and your everybody's are here, to keep your world afloat, to keep it from destroying itself. That's why you hear them, the positive Pleiadians. It's like, yes, there's different types of Pleiadians, but here's the positive ones because you guys need all the help you can get. But obviously, there's more than just the positive Pleiadians. There's a little bit of everything. There's vanilla, there's chocolate, there's happy, sad, joy. There's every kind you can think of. The positive ones, so many people pull is where the positive ones, obviously, because the way of the world, they're trying to keep the vibrations up. But they understand to allow you to see the whole picture. It's just some people, like kids, aren't ready to see Santa Claus yet. It's like, like they're terrified of Santa or the truth about Santa. It's kind of the same thing.